Dr. Setlhomamaru Dintwe had spent years navigating the hidden corridors of South Africa's intelligence world. As Inspector General of Intelligence, his job was simple in theory but dangerous in practice. Investigate complaints, scrutinize secret operations, and ensure that those entrusted with extraordinary powers remained accountable. The deeper he looked, however, the more resistance he encountered. Files disappeared. Meetings were postponed. Requests for information were ignored. Behind closed doors, powerful individuals feared what his investigations might uncover. Rumors circulated that intelligence funds intended for national security had been diverted for purposes far removed from their original mandate. Dintwe continued digging. Others began planning how to stop him. In 2021, a strategy emerged within the shadows of the security establishment. Instead of confronting the Inspector General directly, his opponents sought to undermine his credibility. A series of highly targeted parliamentary questions was prepared. The questions focused on allegations, associations, and old controversies. The objective, according to those who later described the operation, was not merely to obtain answers but to place Dintwe in a position where any response could be used against him. Political operatives, intelligence officials, and intermediaries moved quietly through the system. Every hearing became a battlefield. Every document became a weapon. Dintwe realized that the greatest threat was no longer the secrets he was investigating. The threat was becoming the investigation himself. When political pressure failed to end the Inspector General's inquiries, a more direct weapon was deployed. His security clearance came under attack. Without a valid clearance, access to classified information could be restricted. Without classified information, oversight became nearly impossible. Supporters of the decision argued it was necessary for national security. Critics argued it effectively disabled the very office responsible for holding intelligence agencies accountable. Suddenly, years of investigative work hung in the balance. Dintwe found himself fighting on two fronts. One battle inside the intelligence community, another inside the courts. The legal struggle would become one of the most significant tests of oversight and accountability in the democratic era. As the conflict intensified, another threat loomed over the security establishment. Commissions, court proceedings, investigative reports, and media scrutiny were steadily pulling hidden matters into public view. Questions emerged about intelligence expenditure, secret funds, and the use of state resources. Officials who once operated comfortably in the shadows now faced growing scrutiny. For those fearing exposure, the Inspector General represented a danger. His reports, findings, and recommendations had the potential to illuminate matters many preferred to keep hidden. The battle was no longer about one man. It was about whether oversight institutions could function independently when investigating the most powerful figures in the security apparatus. Years later, the controversy remained a subject of debate. Supporters viewed the campaign against Dintwe as an attempt to weaken oversight and shield powerful interests. Others maintained that national security concerns justified the actions taken. Courtrooms, commissions, journalists, and civil society organizations continued examining the competing claims. Yet one question lingered long after the headlines faded. In a democracy, who watches the watchers? And what happens when those tasked with oversight become the targets of the very systems they are meant to oversee? The answer remained buried somewhere between secrecy and accountability, deep within the long shadows of the intelligence world.